I mean, I've been disappointed all my life. Everyone disappointed me, and I had high expectations. Did you let her know that I didn't want this relationship to end? Was it what he truly meant? I won't lie, I didn't mean it. I'm giving it to him. I wanted to say, but occasionally you offer something to someone to see if they take it. And if they do, that's what they really want. It was believed that Kendra and young Jock were doing well. But the controversy is about to blow everything up because of allegations that she is pregnant. But guess what? Jock is not the biological father. You won't be ready for this one, I promise. According to speculations, the individual who betrayed Jock isn't just any ordinary guy. Rather, he was someone Jock trusted, and the repercussions when Jock discovered the truth were straight out of a reality TV screenplay. Instead of being a casual hookup, the man responsible for this treachery is someone close to Jock who has been grinning in his face the entire time. Jock didn't simply lose it when the truth was revealed, he lost it. How did Kendra manage to keep this a secret for so long? And who is the mystery man? The TM is ready to pour, so hold on tight. Congratulations if you believe that Jockey and Kendra were now in a decent position after all of the cheating allegations and reality TV turmoil. If you've been following the emotional roller coaster that is your connection with young Jock and Kendra, you already know that these two have a lot in common, so allow me to take you back to this most recent bombshell. We're talking about infidelity, gossip, humiliation in front of the public, unexpected side women, and the whole ugly reality TV starting pack, yet Kendra has somehow stood with Jock through it all. Though it appears that even Kendra has her limits because what just came out is going to ruin everything, she deserves a medal for her patience. We now know that Kendra is expecting a child. That announcement should normally be joyful, but what's shocking is that Jock isn't the father. The leaked medical report that allegedly verified Kendra's pregnancy, but the DNA test ruled out Jock as the father, was how Jock found out about the pregnancy, not Kendra. If you think that's terrible, wait, insiders say it gets even messier. The same untidy sources who are constantly aware of Jock's business before he is are what I mean when I say insiders. Asichi was the one creeping while Jockey was out here protecting Kendra, but wait, it gets worse, because Jockey lost it when he realized. Sources claim that Jockey's phone began exploding with missed calls, text messages, and headlines while he was out conducting errands. Yes, they were awful. Jockey isn't the father, but Kendra was pregnant. In a matter of minutes, while Twitter went viral. Since Kendra wouldn't actually harm him, the Jock didn't trust the reality TV star's initial paternity scandal revelation and assumed it was a sick joke. But all went awry when the Jock read the DNA report that had been leaked. Witnesses reported seeing the Jock walking back and forth, talking to himself, and shaking his head. He reportedly once hurled his phone so forcefully across the room that it broke on the ground. Jock got into his car and went home after realizing that Kendra had been lying to him the entire time. This couldn't be true, yet it was. The energy changed as Jock walked into the house. And this is where things start to get serious. Jock hurried in, slammed the door, and yelled, "You have something to tell me." Kendra didn't even bat an eye, instead giving him a bored look as she sat on the couch, seemingly looking through her phone as if nothing had occurred. "Girl, what are you talking about? Now don't act foolish." Kendra shrugged and stated, "I'm pregnant," as Jock's face displayed veins sticking out of his forehead. Jock allegedly said, "Don't play with me. You know what I'm talking about. Not the father. Who is it, Kendra?" Kendra, oh, she smirked. Yes, she actually had the audacity to say, Jock allegedly stated, removing Kendra's phone from the couch and looking her in the eyes. Is it important that baby Jock lost it? Witnesses say that Jock kicked over the coffee table, knocked over a lamp, and punched the wall so hard that it left a dent. He was screaming at Kendra, demanding to know who the father was, but Kendra, oh sis, was sitting there looking indifferent. And now for the part that will leave you stunned. Jock wasn't the only person who showed up that night. Oh no, because just when things were about to explode, guess who walked in? It's him, isn't it? Jock reportedly turned to Kendra and said, "It's him, isn't it?" And Kendra, just crossed her arms and said, "You wanted to know who the father was? Well, now you know." Oh my God. Witnesses say Jock lunged. Yes, that's the same Kirk Frost who has been avoiding cheating scandals for years, the same Kirk Frost who has been smiling in Jock's face the entire time, and the same Kirk Frost who was Jock's so-called friend. The worst part was that security dragged Jock out of the house while Kendra and Kirk stood side by side, watching Jock go completely crazy. But Kirk isn't the type to just laugh when Jock was screaming at the top of his lungs, "You're supposed to be my brother. How could you do this to me?" And Kirk allegedly said, "Hey man, it just kind of happened." But in reality, he didn't. As you already know, social media is going crazy on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Kendra, oh sis, may have just started a conflict she isn't prepared for, and Kirk, oh honey, if you think Joe is going to get away with this, think again. Take a break and go, because there are rumors that Jock is already calling his lawyers about going nuclear. Oh, you better stay locked in, because this scandal is far from over. And trust me, you're not prepared for what's coming next. Oh, you thought that was messy. Oh honey, we're just getting started, because the fallout from this scandal is about to reach nuclear levels. The question is, how long has this been going on? And did Kendra really think she was going to get away with this? Let's pick up where we left off, because according to sources, Jock was seen sitting in his car after being physically dragged out of that house, gripping the steering wheel so tightly that his knuckles turned white. Witnesses say he sat there for a good 15 minutes without moving or saying anything. Learning that Kendra is expecting Kirk's child was only the beginning, because now that the consequences are coming, he is not going to let this go. This wasn't just about betrayal, it was about humiliation. Kendra didn't just cheat, she got pregnant by one of Jock's closest friends, and Kirk, didn't even have the grace to feel bad about it. In fact, he laughed in Jock's face. Unfortunately, things got worse when his phone started ringing while he was sitting in that car trying to process what had just happened. He was breathing heavily as if he was trying to stop himself from doing something crazy. And really, can you blame him? Exploding again, but this time it was the shade, not just the gossip vlogs. It turns out that same evening, Kirk and Kendra were spotted together, holding hands, at a fancy lounge in Atlanta. The paparazzi took pictures of them entering the establishment together, looking completely unconcerned, and the pictures went viral on the internet minutes later. Kendra and Kirk depart together while the Jock spirals, and the city's newest power couple looks foolish while Kendra is out. According to sources, the Jock was shouting into the phone, "You better call me back," believing that this was a game. Kirk, on the other hand, wasn't worried, because guess what? Kirk went left. Oh my God, when the Jock reportedly saw the pictures, he snapped and called Kendra straight to voicemail. He then called Kirk straight to voicemail, and let me tell you, the content of those voicemails is absurd. Kendra was drinking wine when Kirk smirked at the camera and said, "You guys should mind your own business and come over here." Insider CL claims that Kendra was sitting at home, trembling with rage, when he went live on Instagram Live. He reportedly threw his phone across the room and screamed, "Oh hell and no," before getting into his car and driving straight to Kirk's house. Showed up, oh baby. The namers are still talking about what happened that night, because it appears that the Jock didn't even knock, but instead just came up to Kirk's front door and started beating on it as though he was going to knock it down. Kirk allegedly smirked as he opened the door and said, "You good, bro?" But he didn't, and that's when the Jock lunged at him. Witnesses claim that the Jock grabbed Kirk by the collar and pushed him against the wall while yelling, "You think this is funny?" Kirk shoved him back, and Jock allegedly swung on him, saying, "Relax, bro. It's not my fault that Kendra picked me." Sources claim that Jock punched Kirk so hard that Kirk stumbled and fell back into the wall, but he came back with a vengeance, and the altercation turned into a full-on brawl, while Kendra, was just standing there drinking as if nothing had happened. According to reports, Jock was screaming, "This isn't over. I'm not done with you." And Kirk had the gall to chuckle and respond, Yeah, you are the security guys who made Jock leave the house, and guess what? In the end, security was called because Kirk's neighbors heard the noise and thought someone was being robbed. Jock fled with a bleeding mouth and a torn shirt, and Kirk, oh, he was standing in the doorway fixing his chain. It gets better though, because while Jock was driving home, a new video, yes, another one, was leaked online that same evening. It's a horrible one, showing Kendra sitting in a dark hotel room and saying to an unidentified man, "Oh honey, it's worse than you think." Kendra states that Jock doesn't even realize he still thinks we're going to work. Kendra says, "I'm just waiting until the baby is born." Social media went viral in a matter of minutes, and Twitter was on fire, so Kendra was planning this the entire time. Jock needs to lawyer up as soon as you get the chance, she says. Kirk and Kendra are straight up villains, and Jock saw the video. The man, you can't see his face clearly, but you can hear his voice. And guess what he says? Well, what he doesn't know won't hurt him. Rumor has it that he has already contacted his lawyers and is getting ready to sue Kendra and Kirk for emotional harm and defamation. To be honest, he may have a case because insiders are now claiming that Kendra and Jock had a prenuptial agreement, and if Jock can show that Kendra's immorality caused emotional distress, he is furiously pacing his home and saying, "She played me. She really played me." The Jock isn't letting this go, though, as sources say he has already set up an interview with a major news outlet and is planning to expose Kirk and Kendra for everything they did to him. The real question is how long this has been going on, though, because Kendra might not only lose the bag, she might lose the Jock. Kendra and Kirk have reportedly gone into hiding, according to sources who say Kirk has stopped answering his phone and Kendra has completely vanished. Oh, you had better stay locked in because this drama is far from over. Oh, you thought that was bad, but you have no idea, honey, because the fallout from this scandal is about to reach catastrophic levels. Jock's discovery that Kendra was expecting Kirk's child was just the beginning, because now he's not just angry. He's prepared for war, and Kendra and Kirk might lose. And Kendra really thought they would get away with this, and more importantly, is Jock going to defeat them both? Let's pick up where we left off because they have just put themselves in a difficult situation from which they can't recover. After that violent altercation at Kirk's house, Jock wasn't going to sit back and let Kendra and Kirk humiliate him in that way. Instead, he was willing to make them pay, and trust me, Jock had a plan because the very next morning, Jock reportedly called up his legal team, by which I mean the same highly qualified attorneys who have represented some of them. Eider said that Jock wasn't just looking for revenge, but also trying to ruin Kirk and Kendra's reputation, and guess what? Jock had the receipts to prove it. Sources say that Jock had been keeping an eye on Kendra's dubious actions for months, providing his lawyers with a folder full of evidence, including bank statements, phone records, and even surveillance footage. Jock didn't want to settle this quietly with hip-hop's biggest names. No, he wanted to go public. The worst part was that Jock had receipts showing that Kirk had been using money from their joint business account to finance these secret meetings, which included expensive gifts, private dinners, and opulent hotel suites. Jock's legal team allegedly told him that Kirk was using Jock's money to finance his affair with Kendra. Jock allegedly had evidence that Kendra had been skulking around with Kirk for over a year. That he could accuse Kirk of embezzlement and fraud because, in addition to sleeping with Kendra, he was using company funds to do so. That Kirk might suffer serious financial consequences if Jock pursued that lawsuit. That, as you already know, social media was consuming this information. That Kirk was stealing and cheating, so Jock should bury him. That Kendra and Kirk would actually lose everything. And that, finally, things took a sharp turn for the worse. Kirk shared a photo of himself standing in front of a Rolls-Royce on Instagram just 2 days after the altercation. The caption read, "You all get over here, excuse me, and guess who is in the passenger seat? Stay out of grown folks' business." Kirk is really showing off this now. Yes, Kendra was sitting there smiling as if she didn't care, and let me tell you, the comments were awful. Jock needs to sue immediately because he told Charlemagne DJ Envy, and Angela lied everything the next day when he appeared on The Breakfast Club. When they asked him about the situation with Kendra and Kirk, he didn't mince words. Instead, he said, "Look, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Kendra betrayed me, Kirk betrayed me, and they did it right under the sun." When Charlemagne asked him how he found out about it, he laughed and responded, "Let's just say Kirk got what he deserved, oh my God." When DJ Envy asked if he was going to file charges, Jock replied, "Let's just say my lawyers are handling it." But he didn't stop there, because later that same day, Jock released the single Yes Up. The song's lyrics include, "Oh honey, you were brutal. I thought you were my brother, but you stabbed me in the back, took my girl, and took my money." The full diss track, he posted a video of the song to Instagram with the message, "Don't play with me. This will be a hip-hop war, Jock, and you better get a Grammy for it. Now I'm taking it all back. Fake friends, fake love. It's the same Kendra and Kirk. You two are lame, baby." Social media went nuts, and the Jock really made a diss track about them. Indeed, Jock's Revenge started to chart, reaching number 3 on the iTunes hip-hop charts within a day. Meanwhile, Kirk and Kendra, were keeping quiet, with sources claiming that Kirk hasn't been seen in public since the altercation and that Kendra deleted her Instagram. However, this is where things get crazy, because Kirk's other side chicks are now coming forward, with several women contacting gossip websites to claim that Kirk had been hooking up with them while he was seeing. According to sources, Kendra has even moved out of Kirk's house and has reportedly already contacted a divorce lawyer. One woman even claimed that Kirk promised to provide for her financially, and now she's threatening to expose him if he doesn't pay up. Oh my God, and Kendra CIS isn't handling it well. Kendra has been pounding Kirk's phone, demanding to know how many other women are out there. Kirk reportedly asked her to calm down, which only made her enraged. Jock is doing well, and you can't make this up, lawyer. Jock reportedly booked several club appearances and interviews after the song's release, and insiders say he is already in talks to release a follow-up track. But the real question is whether this is the end for Jock and Kirk, or if it's just the beginning of a new round of drama, because Kirk's other women are now attracted to other people. Juke is laughing as he watches everything fall apart, and even though Juke may have lost Kendra, he's going to win the war. The question now is this the end of Juke and Kirk's relationship, or is this just the beginning of an even messier fallout? Let's face it, Juke may have dropped a diss track and started the legal process, but Kirk is coming forward, and Kendra is threatening to divorce him. If even half of those rumors are accurate, Kirk could lose everything: his reputation, his money, and even his place in the reality TV world. But the real question is, should Juke really take Kirk to court? Should he pursue him for his own sake? You know he won't go down without a fight. And Kendra, oh honey, if those divorce rumors are true, things are going to get really ugly rapidly. Do you think Kendra will actually go through with the divorce, or is this just another publicity gimmick? If you're a fan of this drama, don't forget to hit the like button, because at this point, it's better than reality TV. Additionally, make sure you're subscribed and have notifications turned on, because the next update, honey, it will be even more juicy. I promise you're not ready for what comes next. For the next step, remain disorganized.